Nolan North. I'm an actor in TV, film, voiceovers, games, cartoons, anything they'll send me a check. I'm there.
What were some of the things you took away from your work in reporting to being an actor?
Being able to speak in short, usable sound bites.
Very important.
See that? That was a short, usable soundbite. You know, you go to school, you go to university, whatever, and you come out with this idea you're going to do something, and sometimes it's not what you expected it to be. And I always figured I would get into like sports broadcasting, things like that. But you start out wherever you can get a job, and a lot of my stuff was harrowing, murders and suicides and political, mishaps and just things that weren't very uplifting.
So it was more of a breath of fresh air to get to something more creative.
Yeah, and I was living in New York, and I actually used to just to go do some stand-up in the meantime, just to kind of, because it wasn't for a big network, and I just used it as kind of a place to vent things. And I just found that one day I woke up realizing I'd rather be broke and happy than to have a paycheck and be miserable. And it just wasn't for me. And I salute the people who can do it, but fortunately, things have worked out.
What were some of the roles that held the most surprises in your experience doing voiceover or more motion capture work?
The funny thing is, if an actor's lucky enough to have a so-called big break, Nathan Drake in Uncharted would be it. Amy Hennig, who created the franchise and cast me, I'm forever indebted to her for that, because it was actually a great mixture of the theater background that I'd come from when I that I did some in college, and then after living in New York after I stopped being a reporter. It was a perfect balance of that, and then gaming, which was still growing at the time. People say, so what's the secret to your success? And it's like, well, part of it's just being in the right place at the right time. I was one of the first people who not only did motion capture for games, but really embraced it. You just knew that it was going to be something that was the future, and quite frankly, I just loved it. Through that led to actual more on-camera work, and then into animation, and then back to games. And so, I love to be the jack of all trades, master of none, so to speak.
I'm sure you've got quite a lot going on at Supanova. I'll leave you to it. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. It's a blast.